kinematics part 2, where I talk about speed, velocity, and briefly touch on acceleration, which will be covered in the next video. So basically, speed is a scalar and velocity is a vector. It's good to get that right off the bat because in physics, it's good. You have to differentiate between the two during conventional everyday use, or use interchangeably. But basically, the way to remember is simply just speed, S for scalar, and then V for vector. Speed, velocity, kind of makes sense. So basically, the formula, that's everyone probably already knows. If I don't need to go over, velocity or speed equal, distance over time. If we have the distance traveled 30 meters, and then time takes to do that 6 seconds, we get 5 meters per second. 30 divided by 6. And then here we have the derived formulas from the from that. We have velocity times time will give you the distance traveled, and then time time it takes will be distance over velocity. And it's important to know this because and everything else that requires vector I guess analysis will be different from the scalar, because they're different, as we talked about a little about the vectors and scalars. We do different operations on each, and you have to be able to differentiate between the two. So it's good to drive that point home, that the vectors and scalars are very different things, and speed is not the same as velocity. So velocity, like any vector, can take a negative direction. Remember, it's vectors magnitude and direction. So if it goes backwards, from what you call backwards, again, the number line is typically a good reference point. So if you go left, typically you will have a negative velocity because you will be traveling in the opposite direction. So that's important to know, because speed will always be positive as a scalar, but velocity can be negative as well as positive, depending on which direction the object is traveling. So that pretty much covers the speed and velocity. It's important to know the difference, as I said, and so I guess that pretty much covers speed and velocity. We'll talk about more about acceleration and some of the calculus that goes into that. So I'll see you guys in the next video.